You might have to look over your shoulder a bit more than usual if you're traveling overseas. Just last month, 2 American tourists were attacked in a seaside town in Portugal. One of them was killed. An anti-American sentiment and frustration with over-tourism in general is growing in many vacation spots. Joining me now is travel consultant Jeni Chaffer to help us break this down. Jeni, good morning.
Good morning, Nick.
You and I talked offline before about travel, the best way to travel for the holidays, travel as gifts. But Jen, you also mentioned how we need to behave when we go abroad. What does the landscape look like for Americans traveling overseas?
You've hit the nail on the head. When you travel to another country, you just need to respect the country you're going to. The customs, the dress codes, language. A lot of people now are staying in Airbnbs, which that affects the tourist dollar. So that means people out of work. Locals cannot rent affordably anymore because people are renting out those places. So it's a trickle-down effect. But I really do feel like with our clients, as well as my personal travels, I just returned from Costa Rica and Morocco. If you respect where you're going and the people you're interacting with, they will treat you as royalty because you're helping their economy.
Because, Jenny, we've all seen the bad videos of tourists, not necessarily American tourists, but leaning in the fountains and or, being too close to artwork and things like that that just completely disrespect the community and culture there. You are a licensed professional in this space. What are you advising U.S. travelers to do in order to help ease tensions beyond simply spending money in the economy and not booking an Airbnb?
Well, a lot of people think they can only get space, apartments, homes, things like that going directly with Airbnb. And that's not the case. We do have access to those. We have them vetted so you don't show up with any surprises. And because we are working with vetted agencies in these different countries, their laws are then part of that process, where Airbnb does not take that same stance. So it does still help the economy booking it that way, but not taking away from the local communities. We've seen it do damage in some of our domestic cities where Airbnbs are overrun and people can't rent. It's the same thing in other countries.
Jenny, I have to ask you the obvious question. Do you give different travel advice maybe for women who may be traveling by themselves than you would, say, a 6'3" bald black guy like me?
I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, to some extent, because I am a single traveler. I travel the world by myself, so I am very aware of those situations. However, I do have a lot of all ethnicities, quite honestly, as well as a lot of LGBTQ clients. And it really does vary where you send them, the questions I ask, how I qualify them, because everything's not the same. There's some countries that they really should not go to, and I don't want to put their lives at risk, and I don't want to put my reputation at stake. So I make sure I have those conversations and I ask those questions up front because I want to make their vacation the perfect experience of their life.
Jenny, I have less than a minute, but I do want you to close out with what you want our viewers to know and how they should approach this holiday, particularly if they're thinking about maybe purchasing a trip or something as a gift for a loved one or family member.
I would say there's the two most common would be buying a gift certificate. You can purchase a gift certificate through any reputable travel agency and then give that for those family members to exchange for whatever they want to do. But the next best thing, and what I'm seeing a lot more of, especially after 2020, is multi-generational family experience trips. We can gear them for the child's interest, the family's interest. We can do them as simple as a hub and spoke trip. So you have to just get to that destination, and we have a tour leader that takes over so the entire family can have a great time, and mom can actually relax instead of having to arrange everything.
Jenny, where can viewers find you?
You can find me online at Jeni Travels or at journeys-travel.com.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.